What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me today. I'm excited to make this video for you about mirror meditation. Okay, I made a video about 10 months ago called Mirror Meditation or Mirror Gazing, and it's sort of a practice, for me anyway, it's turned into a practice that sort of allows you to experience emotions or expose emotions that you have hidden from yourself for a long time, perhaps. At least that's how it was for me. If you went back and watched that video, you would see that what I discovered from my very first time ever trying mirror meditation, I stumbled upon a great depression that is present in my life. And so for like 10 months, I've been really trying to deal with this, but it's a struggle, right? It's hard to go within and basically relive these traumatic events in order to make sense out of them, to sort of fully or more fully integrate those experiences into our being, who we are today, and let those things become a source of strength, inspiration, motivation for us, right? We can learn from these things so we don't repeat the same mistakes that were made in our childhood or whatever the case may be, right? So a few nights ago, I decided to do another session of mirror meditation, and I really don't know why. I don't know what prompted the idea in me to do this. I just decided it was time to do it. So I did it a little bit different than I did last time. This time I did this in complete darkness, right? Except for, not complete darkness, but I used a candle. I don't know why I said complete darkness, but I used just a candle. So I turned off all of the lights and lit a candle at nighttime, and I stared at myself in the mirror for about 15 minutes and just sort of experienced it. And I discovered something strange, because around 5 or 6 minutes of sitting in here in the dark, my mind sort of began to play with me, and I sort of began to get frightened. And I don't know why, maybe old superstitions, right? Of like Bloody Mary, like, you go in the mirror with a baby doll when you're a kid and shut off all the lights and spin around while you're saying, Bloody Mary, I have your child, and some demon will pop up in the mirror to eat you or something like this. So there's all sorts of little tales and stories from like childhood and from movies and things like this. And, you were just scared of the dark or something. And my goal is to really just experience these emotions, right? But I don't really like being afraid. I started to ask myself, what are you afraid of? What's going on? Like, just relax. Realize this, that you're safe. You're in your bathroom. You're alone. There's no one else in here with you. There's nothing else in here with you. You're just afraid. And it made me realize that I have fear in me. And by looking at myself in the mirror for a certain amount of time, these emotions, these real deep emotions that are hidden from my conscious mind, from my conscious experience, sort of manifest. They come up, right? And so I don't fight them. I feel like when those emotions come up, that's exactly what is supposed to be happening during this process of mirror meditation, okay? It's supposed to be showing you yourself. That's why you're looking in the mirror. That's how I know that that fear was coming from within me. It wasn't a product of my environment that, okay, it's dark in the bathroom and the candlelight is kind of playing tricks with the shadows and things like this. That's not why I'm afraid. I'm afraid because there's fear inside of me. Where is that fear coming from? That's sort of how the session ended. That was the question that was presented to me. And what happened was, that night when I went out to do my journaling, my nightly journaling, I had so many past traumas come up. So many memories come up in my mind that I try to not really think about. I don't want to deal with those things. They're extremely painful. They cause me a lot of suffering to relive these miserable times in my life, right? That sometimes were out of my control, sometimes were all my fault. I don't like looking at those things in my life. But ignoring those things causes me to have this fear because I haven't conquered that situation in my life. I haven't taken an honest look, an honest moral inventory and seen what it is about myself that I regret, what it is about myself that causes me guilt and shame. If I don't look at that, how am I supposed to fix it? How am I supposed to work on it if I'm not aware of it, if I'm not conscious of it? You see what I'm saying? So I began to just pour through these traumatic events in my life, and it sort of woke me up to a lot of things, that there were a lot of events in my life that sort of shaped my mind, it shaped my beliefs. And this is really important to me. When it comes to parents, like the people that raised you, they can tell you a lot of things, right? A lot of good things. They can also tell you a lot of bad things. But it's not really about what they're saying when you're a certain age. People's words don't mean anything. They can, but a lot of the times people lie. A lot of the times people lie to themselves. They'll tell you that they believe in this or believe in that, but they're lying if you look at their actions. Their actions speaks volumes in the opposite direction, right? They're a hypocrite. And we've all been there. I've been there. You know what I mean? I've been a hypocrite before. I probably still am. In some way. Maybe in a lot of ways. I don't know. You know, but we hide this sort of stuff from ourselves. And we can say anything, but a person's actions speak louder than their words. So when we're young, we see what our parents do. We witness their attitude, their general disposition, and that is what creates our most foundational belief systems. The traumatic events that happen in our lives, those distant memories that you try to hide from yourself, those are traumatic. Trauma can also be positive. Trauma is any situation, any event in your life that created an impression on your mind. These are like the big moments. Like if your life was going to be a movie, these are the key scenes to the movie. These are the things that are important to your story. These are the things that make you or break you. You see? So by witnessing that, you're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know your character. You're finding out your most fundamental belief systems, and you can see why you believe in that stuff. Because of certain things that you witnessed at a young age when you were in a delta or theta brainwave state, like you were hypnotized, right? At a certain age, 0 to 7 years old, you're basically in a state of meditation or trance or hypnosis all the time. You're taking in every word that you hear. But more than that, you're taking in every single scene of the environment, everything that's happening around you. So if your parents worked hard their whole life, but they were unhappy at their job, that's going to affect you, right? They don't even have to talk about how unhappy they are at the job. You can just tell, right? It's obvious in their ritual, in their getting ready to go to work ritual in the morning, and when they get home from work ritual, you can tell in their attitude they're depressed. They don't like going to work. And a lot of people, they can't help but complain about things. Okay? And this is another thing. It really bothers me when people complain about things. I hate it when I catch myself complaining about things. Like, what do I have to complain about, really? And anything that I did have to complain about, in some way, shape, or form, is probably my fault. It's a direct result of the choices I've made in my life. You see, I'm trying to take responsibility for myself, so I hate complaining. But no matter where you go, you can always find somebody to complain about something. There's always a constant complainer somewhere. You could get your shit straight. You can have your whole life in order, heading in the right direction. You will always have somebody that's trying to pull you back or hold you back and tell you that you're doing something wrong. You should work on this or work on that. You will always have haters, right? That's something you have to deal with. There's always people complaining about things, trying to plant things in your head to make you miserable, to make you upset, to make you depressed like they are. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth, okay? In a certain way, we're all prisoners of the system. You could say we were all born in captivity. You will never reach your full potential as the carnal man. Okay, imagine this. Look at what we've done to dogs. We've domesticated dogs, but dogs have no idea that they've been domesticated. What if they did? Do you think it would mess with them if they knew what they could be or what they should be by nature, that nature has destined them to be wolves. Did you know that the average domesticated dog only matures to the age of a 30-day-old wolf puppy mentally? So the meanest dog that you've ever met, the most powerful dog that you've ever met, the sweetest dog, the most beautiful dog that you've ever met only matures to the age of a 30-day-old wolf puppy. It could be so much more, right? And it's possible to feel that way about life. I mean, think about it. You're like a bull, truly, that was born and raised in captivity. You see, are you free or are you a prisoner? You would say it's obvious. The bull is a prisoner. He was born in captivity. There's a fence around this. Yeah, but look at the fences that most farmers have around their bulls. They're old rickety things in need of mending. They never repair them. Why doesn't the bull just charge through the fence? Why doesn't he just jump over? This 2,000-pound animal could easily just walk through the fence. Why doesn't he? Is the bull free? Then why doesn't he jump over the fence? He must be happy. You say, of course the bull's not happy. Look, he's a prisoner. Okay, then the bull must be stupid. It must be unintelligent. If it's neither free or happy and it still stays, it must be dumb. It must be just a dumb animal, right? But what if the opposite was true? What if the bull is intelligent, happy, and free, being born in captivity? Who are you to tell the bull anything different? Look at the bull. If his master, if that farmer is taking care of him properly, he's properly fed. He has adequate space for his territory. He has plenty of attention from females. He has an entire herd. He has an entire kingdom within a kingdom. But he has a good master, a good shepherd that takes well care of him, right? Then the bull will have no reason to leave unless that little fly-eating bird that eats bugs off of his ass starts whispering in his ear, telling him, look, man, don't you see that fence? Farmer Joe down the road feeds his bulls twice as much and gives them twice as many girls, and they have twice as much green pastures. You start telling him all these fantasies, and then all of a sudden the bull is upset. He believes himself to be a prisoner, when before he was free. It's a mental thing, right? That's what we do to ourselves. We can trick ourselves into being prisoners of our own mind. We can allow ourselves to be tricked by everyone else, the constant complainers. Sometimes when I go to work, there are people that all they do is complain about the job. I'm like, why don't you quit? Other times, though, I get sucked into it. I start gossiping too. I start complaining about the job too, how I wish I could get more hours, how I wish they would pay us more, how I wish. Shut the hell up. Either quit or do the job. You signed up for it. Right? There's a saying, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. That's true. If you hang around these people that complain all of the time, you're going to start complaining too. You're going to start to be living in this hell too. You're going to start to torture yourself too. It's important to protect yourself, to protect your mind from influences that seek to do you harm. That's evil. That's evil. That little bird whispering in that bull's ear. You are a bull and you are free. It's all about this. What are you going to do? How are you going to react? How are you thinking? How are you feeling? See? Anyway, until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.